example of one of our really old longleaf at Moody Forest. And it's got lots of the characteristics that a lot of our other old growth longleaf pine have, but it's kind of hard to see from our standpoint. But it's got a really flattened top. It's actually got fewer needles than some of these other trees around it. But you can just look and see how contorted and twisted, you know, and bent looking all those limbs are up there, and actually how big in diameter they are too. That's another characteristic of an old tree. Not super tall, and certainly not any bigger around than any other trees around here, but it's got those characteristics of an old tree with that flat top and bent limbs and just a twisted look. All these cavities that we see here right now are all natural cavities, so the woodpeckers don't really have any limit on how high they can make them, you know, excavate their own cavities. This is the lowest one that we've had in the last few years, but they're all natural cavities and natural old growth longleaf pine. We're kind of in the middle of what we call the turpentine stand at Moody Forest, and just about all of these trees, and I don't know exactly how many, but it's about 80 acres here, have these either 2 or 3 cat faces on each one, and they're starting to heal over, so this doesn't look the way it did, you know, 30 or 40, well, 40 or 50 years ago, I guess, when it would have been actively used. But they would have started down at the base of the tree, scarred the tree, hung this little reservoir thing, I don't know what you call it exactly, a tin or something, hanging down here with this gutter in place to direct the flow of the sap into this tin, and then every 2 or 3 weeks they'd come back and put a new scrape on the tree, and they'd move this thing up every now and then, and they do go up higher than that sometimes, but at some point, you know, the last time they worked this tree, that's how high it was.